All right, everyone, welcome back to Founders versus Progressives Part 3. In the prior two videos, I've explored the basic ideology of the founders and then compared that and to the progressives. And what we saw really in those two videos is that the progressives are overtly arguing against and repudiating everything that the founders stood for. And these ideas are embodied even in early 1900 presidents such as Wilson and FDR. In fact, we get one of the most significant regime structures established that we still have today, the administrative welfare state. That was established largely out of the work of FDR, maybe a little bit through the Great Society with LBJ, but primarily the vast array of agencies that largely operate independently of the Constitution. That entity, the administrative entity, has been established out of the progressive ideology. Now, to sum up where we've been and to move on to what I would call the contemporary liberalism, I want to do a quick comparison of the three major changes that we've had. And in fact, I would argue similar to Hillsdale College, just slightly different, that that the U.S. has gone through three major crises: the Civil War, progressivism, and then contemporary liberalism. So I see contemporary liberalism and really some of the basic changes that happened in the 1960s as significant differences from early progressives. And I can go into a lot more than that beyond this video, but here is a quick snapshot of how we might compare the three different systems, if you will. The founders believed in statesmanship as prudence. They certainly believed in the role of the traditional family and really argued for education and virtue for the citizenry. And then finally, they were heavily ordered toward republicanism, right? This was the order for society. It's republicanism, it's federalism, separation of powers, constitutionalism in general. The progressives come along and you see them elevating science, still keeping the traditional family, but emphasizing morality more and more. And then finally, actually more so emphasizing and embracing democracy in more of the sense of a Hegelian development of civilizations, as opposed to earlier republicanism. Now, these are really big, broad brushstrokes, and you could certainly nitpick at some of these, but these are some pretty fair comparisons, and I'm taking them from Tom West. He's professor at Hillsdale, used to teach at University of Dallas. Really thoughtful approach to some of the big changes, and particularly for science. The progressives are elevating political science, and that's where they're saying that administration and experts in political science should be running the state, not your common old representative who knows Joe Schmo from who knows where, who doesn't have any pedigree, right? Well, then we get some significant changes in the 1960s forward with contemporary liberalism. And this is where you get multiculturalism, the sexual revolution, and globalism. So multiculturalism comes in and waters down or trumps, if you will, bad pun, trumps political science or the dominance of science as such. So multiculturalism takes over, sexual revolution totally takes over and breaks down the traditional family. And then you also see the rise of globalism, which does not quite as heavy-handed argue for democracy, right? And especially the Hegelian development of democracy. I hope that helps for progressives versus founders versus progressives. Have a great day.